Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect, where in the previous episode we went ahead and got some prisoners. As you can see from the left hand side here, we have a total prisoner capacity of 20 and we have maxed that out in this one cell block here. Obviously there is expansion plans for another 1, 2, 3 cell blocks, but we'll get onto that actually in this episode, but we'll touch on that in but a moment. We also managed to roughly plan out this area here and got some more building done, but it's obviously not fit for purpose. We haven't got the internals built, nor the support buildings like the canteen, which actually is missing from the design. This is going to become the canteen. This will become the shower, this bit here. And then we'll have probably a common room on the right-hand side. But it doesn't have any of the support or auxiliary buildings, so we don't have any of the psychiatrists and the canteen and that sort of thing. So this is a bit of a ways off. But we also have a problem with contraband being thrown in, and I'll touch on that in but a moment. But basically, I think I know what the solution is, and it's not what a lot of people have been suggesting. So we'll get on that in but a moment. But as a primer for this episode, we really need to dig ourselves out of the hole that I have got us in. So basically, we've currently got minus 903 generic units of currency and only 3,379 in the bank, which is not enough to buy a nice amount of beverage. By the way, today's beverage is a lovely cup of tea, which didn't cost 3,379, but probably cost about 40p to make. Anyway, we do need to sort this out, and the way we're going to do that is by having a two-pronged attack, a two-pronged approach, and that is trimming the fat and taking out a massive amount of loans. So we're going to increase our loan and increase our prisoner capacity, get more prisoners, and hopefully that will put us on a better, a more even keel, but we'll see how we get on with that one. So to touch on, actually, we'll get the building underway first because we can talk about other things while that's happening. I'm going to go over to planning first and then walls, and I want to check the size of this. Now, it should be, from memory, 46 by 36. 46 by 36, yes, it is, and that's what these ones should be, which if we measure again, and including this bottom bit as well, where the pathway, 46 by 36, yes, that is actually correct, and these two are now in as well. So that's all fine. We do need to go to a quick build and clone, and then we're going to build the cell block as well as the shower. Obviously insufficient funds, so we'll go over to reports, bank loan, and increase it to an eye-watering 54,250. So not great, but cloning, place it down here, make sure that there's a gap or two around the outside edge of it because that is how we've got it, and click, and that will now start to build it. So while that is underway, I will go over here and we can see that person and ranger are currently walking right near the edge of this fence, and that was bugging me why they are behaving like that. I did load the game up after the recording and was checking it, and I was wondering why that's happening. If we go over to intelligence, 7 days, you see that cell phone has been thrown in, but although it's a sample set of 1, it landed there, right at the edge of the fence, and that was also puzzling. Checking the wiki, it does specifically state that the maximum throw distance is set to 10. However, it doesn't include walls. So if we measure from the edge, we can see that's 12 minus the 2 walls, means that actually it's 10 up to this square, which means that any contraband can be thrown in to there and there only. I think that's what the problem is. There's a couple of ways to test it, and I guess it's just keep playing is the main one. If all of the contraband is thrown in only to this, along this line here, yes, statistically it's improbable that well, it's statistically improbable that if it was further that it wouldn't land there. But yeah, it's more likely to be only there if our calculations are correct. If the throw distance was, as people suggested, further, so there's many comments saying, oh, actually the maximum throw distance is 16. In fact, touching on that, there was several comments regarding throw distance, people ranging the throw distance to be ranging from 8 up to 16. People saying it needs to be staff only. It is. People suggesting that we can't have the water on there because that messes it up. Don't know if that's the case, but I did question that myself. People saying that it has to be a foundation. No, it doesn't. We've tested that before. So yeah, basically, I believe that it is 10. I think the wiki is correct, and it is specifically because of the walls don't count, and that is the throw distance. Over the next couple of days, if we see that this bit here, has only got the contraband, then we know that basically it's all correct. Anyway, As you can see, what's happening is the workers are coming along. They are building this new cell block. We have an overdose there, which we can treat because we do have an infirmary. We also, for some reason, don't have any power in this area now, which is a strange premise. We're going to light that up there like so. Connect all of those metal detectors. The reason I'm putting the metal detectors in is because A, I forgot to do it, and B, because we've got the contraband, it's pretty necessary. So once we have this done, we should be able to get some more prisoners, but also we want to go over to our, I guess it would be policy, and reduce the meal quantity and variety to low, and we want to go over to grants. We want to turn off the Cellblock B grant and get the inmate nutritional research grant, because, we need to serve a single low quantity, low variety meals. So if we change it to regime here, we can say free time 1, 2, and then we are working now not only on decreasing the amount of debt that we have, we're also working on the inmate nutritional research, which obviously should come good once we've sorted that out. So many ways of trying to fix this problem. Obviously people did say, well, why did you spend that amount of money on the flooring? Why don't you place the flooring in like the later on towards the end of the series? See the last 5 years of how I normally build. So this is specifically done to be different. It hasn't worked out, I'll give you that, but we specifically said we want to try and put the flooring in first, because normally it just looks like a bare sort of facility, especially because we build them at this size. But there you are. Anyway, these cells are going in. We can see we do have more capacity, so I can go over to the intake here. We'll say fill capacity, and it is already on the min-sec. We are going to have this as min-sec, at least for the foreseeable. Min-sec up to there, and then we'll go ahead, get some of the criminally insane inmates, and then we'll probably migrate these over to medium once we have a better bearing. Going to go over to the doors here. We have to lock these open because currently, as you can see, it's a bit of a problem for them to go around. None of these have any of the connections for water and power, so that's going to be an issue. Danger levels going up, and one prisoner has a serious complaint. We're going to check to see what that is. We can see that the serious complaint is nothing. So yeah, there you are. Don't know what that's all about. Anyway, we have a total amount of 94 in the bank, which is not enough at all, but we are going to receive another 20 prisoners, which should be a nice amount, allow us to then connect up all of the water and power in here. There is our amount of money just coming in there. We're going to go over to utilities, electrical cable. We will run the electrical cable up the spine of the facility like we have done previously. I am not going to build, at the moment anyway, another canteen. This should suffice at a push, but only at a push. We'll see how we get on with that one. We can't decrease the bank loan just yet. That's not something we can do. However, I believe we can if we wanted to. Sell some shares. Yes, we could, but it would only get 10 grand, so that's nowhere near enough. Anyway, we do have people coming in. If we go over to the informants here, we can see that we have a snitch that's currently being targeted, and I don't know who would be targeting them. We also have a snitch over there. That is going to be a problem because we don't have protective custody. So one of these traits on these is probably like volatile or something like that. We currently don't know what they have, so we'll just have to basically grin and bear it for the time being. Anyway, you can see the utilities are being placed in, which is fine. We will have a large pipe going up to the edge there. We'll have a small pipe which is running across to connect up all of the water and power areas. So do that and there, and we'll get all of this in. Now, yes, we could, if we wanted to. There's some more drugs, overdoses. We're just going to have that problem with this facility until I move the wall. That, like I say, that is a solution, that we just literally move the wall to there and we move it around like that, and that will have the problem pretty much sorted. And that's something we probably will do. We'll probably end up moving the wall to there, or we can actually place the wall there, like that, and have all of this as staff only. But I don't like that. I don't like moving the wall in the first place, and not only because it's a massive mess on to do, but also simply because it's it's just something I don't want to do. I don't want to move the wall all the way, but we'll have to see how we get on there. You can see that we only have, how many workers do we have? Actually, not workers, it's chefs. We have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chefs. So that is absolutely fine. I know there was some suggestions to reduce the amount of pay that the guards have. I don't think I can do it because staff needs aren't on. So there's no such thing as like the pay thing as far as I'm aware. So no, don't think we can alter that. No. Anyway, so you can see that person's coming along there. This is a ranger. We're going to search prisoner. We're going to have a quick look to see what the deal is there. We're going to search them, and there's the cell phone. So we'll go to intelligence, last 24 hours. Once again, thrown in right on the edge. So only sample set of 2, admittedly, but right on the edge both times. So it's still looking promising. It's still looking good for what we suggested the problem is going to be. Okay, so that is now all underway. I'm going to go over to our grants and increase the bank loan again to an eye-watering 104,000 generic units of currency, quick build, and once again we'll place it there and unpause it and let them crack on. Yes, we could clone this and clone it better by not using... we could build it manually and not have the flooring in. That would save us some money. Yes, it would also lose us out... well, it would probably take quite a bit of time to get that done. So now that that's going in, what I'll probably do as well is I'll go to clone, and I'm going to clone this because, quite frankly, I think we do need to have some extra areas for eatery. So that'll go in there. We will go for staff, and we will hire, not doctors, we'll hire 2 more cooks, and that takes us down still to a very high daily cash flow there. And obviously the bank loan is, that's not counting the bank loan, because the bank loan itself, the interest is 5,212 per day. But hopefully once we've got this built, which I will obviously prioritize, we want to get that done, another set of prisoners, and obviously we'll get some more guards and such. So hopefully this is the solution. I don't know whether it is, but we'll see. In terms of the prisoners' needs, we can see that they are being fulfilled for the most part, which is fine. It is currently free time. What I'm going to do is go to staff and then guards and go, oh no, insufficient funds. We cannot build this, which is a shame. I was going to say what I was going to do is get some more guards and do a shakedown tonight. Now I think I'm still going to do the shakedown because I think it's worth it, and we haven't done one in a while. We do have the patrols around the outside with the dog there, and we'll probably have to set up another one. So we're going to go dogs, patrols, the blue patrol here, walk around the outside. I guess, yeah, that is actually the better way of doing it. Obviously the patrols will be a bit shorter, or rather they'll take longer to go around, and that's because of the lack of walkways, which is going to cause us some problems later on as well. 11 prisoners are due to arrive. You can see there 11 minimum security prisoners are due to arrive. I'm not going to get any more prisoners, any higher rated prisoners, because we already have 2 snitches in here. So that would mean that they were probably going to be targeted. Apparently they're already being targeted anyway, according to the intelligence there. Although it doesn't state it yet. Snitch over there. And I'm missing something. Where is the other one? Maybe they were released. Anyway. That's working. That's getting built. Contraband. Lots of stuff. Last 24 hours. Let's see. Thrown in the edge. Thrown in the edge. 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 Edge, but far away edge. Edge. You get the idea. That's what it is. That's what it is. Ah, yeah, so it's just one. It's just one undersized. That's all it is. If this fence was one further down, that would be fine. It would be totally fixed. But it isn't, so we'll have to deal with it. Probably by adding the wall further down, along here and around. That is not a massive retrofit at all. It's still annoying, but it's not a huge problem. And why is that not working? It is working. It's plumbed in. They're just not bothered. Fair enough. Okay. Anyway, in terms of prison intake, we are going to receive 22 prisoners. So some people must have been released. There is a nice amount of cash. I'm going to go to the staff, guards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I think we do need to receive some more. Utilities, electrical cable. We'll have to run that in. But I'll run that in once... Ooh. A recent high-profile gang case has implicated one of our minimum security prisoners, a high-ranking gang leader. They've remained under the radar, but now everyone knows who they are. You're joking. If that is the case... Oh. Cadwallader. Extremely strong, extremely tough, extremely volatile, stokel, fearless, deadly. They're not a gang leader because we don't have gangs on. Actually, was it Andrew? No, it was the Istanbul Butcher. I mean, I should have probably checked the name. That would have indicated that they probably have some traits. Right, so we have an inmate that is legendary. Oh dear. Don't really know what we can do about that. We can't keep them on permanent lockdown. We don't have a security area for them. And they have only served 11.5 years out of a 53-year sentence. Apparently that snitch is in a fairly precarious place. Right, well, we'll see how we get on with that one. I mean, that's just another spanner in the works. That's fine. That's fine. Read not fine. Okay, so we're going to place in the pipework for the showers as well as the toilets, and that will make sure that they can actually use these things. Although I believe they can use them anyway. It doesn't really have a mechanical impact, as far as I'm aware. So that's now in. Obviously, it does cost a bit of money, but it is worth it. You can see that our share price has actually gone down because of the amount of loans we have taken out. We're still due to receive some more prisoners. And we're still getting close to being able to get this nutrition research done, but that's going to put us even more in the tank. We've got criminally insane wing there. Cellblock B has increased the prisoner capacity to 50. So if I get rid of that, get Cellblock B, we now get that done. We've got tool cleanup and crack down on drugs. Find 10 lead narcotics, done. Tool cleanup. We need to remove all the stolen tools. Yeah, we're going to do that. I'm going to decrease our bank loan by a little bit. By a lot. Because if I keep it like we are, it's going to be a problem. Why can some prisoners not be taken to cell? Oh! They are criminally insane inmates. Minsec is there. That is a criminally insane inmate. Gareth Ranger 25. Status calm. But you can see above the head there. That denotes that their stress level. Criminally insane, addict, extremely stoical. Criminally insane, make sure this inmate has access to psychiatrist, psychiatric consultation sessions and a padded cell to help them calm them. Addict, prisoners more likely to develop drug habit when feeling suppressed and untreated. Extremely stoical, will not become suppressed when locked in solitary or in the presence of guards. They don't really care. Right, so I missed that one as well. Okay, well, I guess it's time to build something around here. And let's go ahead and do it right now because we literally don't have an option. We don't have an option for them. So we need to have padded walls in this one. So we'll have to actually do probably the outside bit there now that I think about it. So going over to here, we have to check, and we've got white wall, tiled wall, and I should just type in. Oh, there's no option to type in this bit, is there? Classy, concrete. Not seeing, or is it just quick build padded cell? Padded medium. Yeah, we'll place that in there and we'll let them do their own thing. I guess we could have the showers inside the cell. I don't think there's reasons why we can't do that. You can see we now have double programs. Check our regime here. See, that's criminally insane. That's set up there. Minimum, normal, and criminally insane. Yeah, so there's just a random chance of you getting them, which is something I didn't know. This is why we are doing this in the first place. So I have got them to build all of the other stuff. Obviously the problem being that we currently don't have. I think that's probably a more efficient way of powering it. Although it's about the same, isn't it, when I think about it. Yeah, I think we need to build that sooner rather than later. Let's prioritise that. This area then. Where will it be? Deployment. In main only. In main only? Insane sec only is what I meant to say. Is that. Okay. And all of that. So they're going to build this. We also need this building done. Because this is going to be the area for treatment. It's currently free time. We're going to do a shakedown. Remove the supply of tools and weapons. That should give us some more money. Which is what we want. Let's do a shakedown while we wait. So that's a padded cell. Let us double check to see whether or not they have been assigned to it. Criminally insane. There you go, they've been locked up and they will be escorted to that area. Okay. Locked up, they've been shackled. So you can see this wall along the outside. Oh, we've also got a window there as well. Wall, classy green. And concrete wall. So it has used, as far as I can tell then, you don't need the padded area there. It just needs to be something called a padded cell, which changes the look of the outside. Right, that's really confusing. Let's go over to more, and then we want to go to wall, classy green. And we'll do that. And this is going to be the treatment area. Now, in terms of the walls and doors, probably just going to have a staff door in, because there's going to be a staff door there, although, no. This is going to be the staff, yeah. It's actually going to be there, technically, but I'll place it there, and then place it there. The reason for that is we're going to delete some of this. There we go. So, we've got serve single low quantity, low variety meals for 2 days. We have got the grant that is for the tool cleanup, so that is fine. Criminally insane wing we will activate. We will then go for some bank loan and decrease this bank loan. We want to decrease it. I don't know why it's only decreasing it by £500 per day. I know it used to be problematic before. It's even worse now. There we go. So, what we've managed to do is bumble our way, very unprofessionally, towards building some state the criminally insane wing. However, you can see that they are suppressed, locked down. That's a problem already. So what I need to do is put the proper wall in, because that's bugging me. Put the flooring in, but more importantly, we don't have any orderlies. Oh, we do have the option to buy them, though. I don't know how many we need. I'm going to go for 2. And then I'm going to power this thing up, because, well, there's no power. We should probably have some. And, ooh, good job we checked that one. That power is running very, very close to the edge. So, we have our criminally insane inmate. You can see that is increasing. I'm guessing when it goes to a certain point, that'll be like a trigger point where things happen. So I don't know what that is, but I'll have to see later on. We need to plumb that in. There we are. That's all plumbed in. We also need to go to deployment patrols, blue patrol, set up a blue patrol around this area. And then assign a dog handler to that, which I don't think we have. I think we only have a couple of dog handlers. So there we are. And now that that's been put in on the right hand side, we can then run the electrical cable. So it's going to run across, down, in. That should power up all of these. That should power all that up. We also need some water. It's going to do the same sort of thing. We're going to run it across. Darn it. We'll run it across. Is it better to have it in the centre or not? I don't like to place it. I don't like to place it too far towards the water, because we've seen how that can be affected at times. Right, I will leave it there. That has been an interesting one. We have managed to, I think, arrest the spiral down into everything going and having to sell things and all that sort of stuff. What we need to do now is keep going on this, get more prisoners, more money, all of that sort of thing. We have grants on the way. Got a couple of grants done. Inmate nutritional research serve 3 high variety, high quantity meals. That's going to be a massive problem. Because we currently, that's going to put us massively into the red again. But at least once we've done it, we've got some more, we'll have some more money. And we're going to get some more inmates as well. So, let's see how we progress on next episode. We've managed in this one to get 3 times the capacity. Hopefully arrested the problems, and we've got criminally insane wing, and we've got a legendary prisoner. So basically, we've got a lot of things that we didn't expect, but hopefully we are okay for the moment. We will see how we get on. As always, if you have enjoyed the video and the series thus far, thanks very much for watching. Take care, and where are those orderlies going?